Very good afternoon to all. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon, guys. Very good afternoon, Vishala Kauda. Very good afternoon. Manasu Paliki. Very good afternoon. Ravi, hi. And best brains for you. Good afternoon. And Mr. Isaac Powell, Assistant Professor. Very good afternoon. And Avani Rai. Very good afternoon. Hematana. Very good afternoon. And Hemalata. Okay. Hemamalathi, HOD and Associative Professor of Tamil. Thank you and a very good afternoon. And Professor Dr. Manavalan, very good afternoon and thank you so much for your support as well. And Krishna Mohan, very good afternoon. And Prapachit, very good afternoon. Dilip, a very good afternoon. So I hope I'm audible to everyone. My voice is very clear. My voice is very clear. I hope. My voice is clear now. If my voice is audible means please mention in the chat box as well. Please mention in the chat box. That is the most important things to continue this particular session. Because I need a more interaction and also I want to make my session as an interesting way. So please be interactive and make my session as a very energetic way and also the engaging way as well. Okay, so without delay, I'm going to entering this particular topic. Yesterday we discussed about the machine learning technology more. So today I'm going to discussing with you how to creating the project of machine learning technology. Already you guys knows the several ideas about this particular machine learning actions that I'm going to discussing with you one by one today. Because of the machine learning technology is the most important process to developing your project into machine learning technology. Correct? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? So the machine learning technology, machine learning actions is the most important thing that I'm going to discussing with you. So what is the workflow of the machine learning technology? Okay, what is the workflow of machine learning technology? Suresh Babu, Dr. Suresh Babu, Professor of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Thank you so much for the good response and good afternoon to you. And Tapas Kumar, very good afternoon. And Sharvan Kumar, very good afternoon. Okay, right. So I'm going to entering this particular topic, that is machine learning actions. So the machine learning actions in the sense what this is, with the help of this particular process only we are going to developing the project like this. So this procedure we have to follow. This procedure we have to follow. So before entering the data collection process, you have to fixing the target for that. So already we discussed about that, right? No? Already we discussed about that. So data collection is the most important process. And before that, you fix the target to collecting the data. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, guys? Guys, please give excited to getting to this particular session. If you guys are so much excited to getting into this particular session, please give the response in the chat box right now. Okay. So because of need a more interaction, so this is actually FDP program that I can understand. So that interaction, without interaction, the session will be completely boring because of already you guys are also handling the several session in front of the student. Try to understand, I'm talking in front of the laptop, correct? So that will be definitely boring for me. So if the only medium is actually the command box, so for that I need to discussing with you in the platform of this particular medium, that is command box. So please be interactive. Already guys knows about it. Without interaction the session will be is completely boring. And sir also don't want to make the session as a boring way, correct? So for that I need to discussing with you the several things. So while I am taking this particular session, please give your reply in very effectively. So I'm expecting the good response from you. Thank you so much for the several response here. Right. So without delay, the data collection. So before that, after fixing the target. So what is the target today we have to follow? Any ideas? So today I am going to fixing the target like heart disease prediction is actually better for the understanding. Okay. So I am going to discussing today that heart disease prediction. Okay. Heart disease prediction I am going to discussing with you today. So for that you have to collecting the data. For that you have to collecting the data for that particular target or liver disease prediction or iris flower classification, correct? So for this you have to collecting the data for this particular target. So here I am going to fix the target like heart disease prediction or loan status prediction, whatever it is. Which target we have to choose? Any idea? So I will give the option to you: heart disease or loan status prediction. Which target we can choose? Heart disease or loan status prediction? Can you give the reply? Can you give the reply? Which target we can follow? Which target today we can follow? Guys, I'm expecting the good reply. I'm expecting the good reply from you, but I did not get any responses. So please give your reply properly. Which target we have to choose today? Any ideas from you guys? Any ideas? So IOT, that a concerned person will take over it. Day after tomorrow, he will be taking over this particular IOT data related to that. So today I'm going to talking about a machine learning. So I'm going to taking this particular like that machine learning data like heart disease or loan status prediction. So I'm going to take that heart disease prediction. I'm going to choose it today. I'm going to choose it today. So first of all, heart disease prediction. So how we can collecting the data from the source, internet source, so that we can choose that one in the sense just to go to the gaggle.com and search that heart disease. Okay, heart disease prediction, and yes, so I'm going to choose any other data here to download this one. So we'll see that the data set of heart disease. Okay. So that particular data set is no longer to available. So for that I need to take the another data set as well, because of that data I have collected already. So this is not that particular data is actually, so I will be choose the another data as well to collect this. So this data set we cannot collecting it. So for that I will be choose the another option, another link. The same data set is actually no longer in Gaggle platform. So for that, I have the data already. So how you can collecting the data, that is the most important things, right? So for that, I'm going to give the options like just this is actually that particular data. Okay, so but we don't have that particular options as well. We'll see that. That is actually the different process of this one. Okay, that is a different just. So you are asking about this particular creating the one data. That is actually the different process actually. Okay, so that is actually yeah, process when you are going to entering that the industry purpose, that time you have to getting the data from the companies as well. So for that only I'm going to searching the internet to collecting the data. So yeah, this is the data, this is that. Okay, so I have the different data actually. So for that particular different data I will share it to you if we have the options to share this one. So for that, just upload this particular data. I have the data already to downloading it. Okay, so just upload this particular data. So this is a Google Collaborative Notebook option to loading your data set here. So just go to this particular platform, that T colon and a particular folder. So move to the documents, my folder. So when your data set is available in your system, which location in the sense, that time you can choose that to find that particular location and uploading your data. So here hot tests. So once it is going to be like that uploaded, after that I'm going to like that working with this particular data. This particular data you can find it from the like the internet, because of it will be taking more time for me to find this one. So for that you can search it in Google, definitely you will be getting this particular data. Okay, right. So right now I will be start the procedure. So here fixing the target. Okay, fixing the target. So once you fix the target, that is called the hot disease prediction. Okay, that is called the hot disease prediction. Once you fixing the target, you have to collecting the data from the internet source. You have to collecting the data from the internet source. That may be that Gaggle for the practice. So when you want to creating your own data, that is the different process to creating your own data. Okay, so that is actually the different process and different domains as well to collecting the data, that we can call it as the data engineering as well. So that is a different process. But once the data you get it, in the sense you have to like collecting the data from the internet source. After that, the data pre-processing, we should claim the data. Okay, we should claim the data and transforming the data for the like the people understanding format, and analyzing the data and splitting the data for the testing and also the training, model creation and evaluation process. That I am going to discussing with you one by one. Okay, that I am going to discussing with you one by one. Just to follow me very clearly, and only you can understand about this particular concept very easily. Okay, so today I am going to giving that the basic ideas to creating the machine learning project of this. So for this, first we need to import the necessary library. So majorly we need a pandas library for manipulating your data, and we need to import the numpy library for working with the mass. Yes, so yes. So once you done this one, okay, once you done this one, and I have that written already. So for this also I will be show that several examples as well for this one. So just a minute, I have the code as well. Just I'm going to like another following the certain procedure to creating this particular like another project to you. So just a minute. Yes, okay, fine. Once you uploading this particular library, you have to loading this particular data. So for this hot data, okay, so hot data is a variable. So here I'm going to loading this particular data. How to loading this particular data? So we have the function, that is called the read CSV function. So what is the meaning of this particular read CSV? This particular read CSV will help to loading your data set. Here. So read CSV function will help to loading your data set very perfectly. So I will tell you to this particular process one by one, then only you can understand very easily about this one. So read CSV. So now we are going to following the procedures like loading the data, correct? So once I'm going to copy the path and also the paste it here, and right now this run this one. After that we need to ensuring this particular data whether it is loaded or not. So for that time we are going to use the header function to display the first 5 rows of this particular column. So header function will help to display the first 5 rows of this particular data that you can see this one. This is the data today we are going to use. When I am going to see this particular data, you just try to understand this is the labeled data we are going to use. Okay, this is the labeled data we are going to use. First procedure, just import the necessary library. Okay, so after that loading the data. Okay, just loading the data, that is also the kind of that loading your data. And next, once it is loaded, what is the next procedure? Just exploring your data. Okay, just exploring your data. How we can exploring your data? How we can explore? So just understanding this particular data with the help of hot data dot shape. So first we are going to identify the shape of this particular data. Shape means how many rows and also the how many columns it is going to be displayed. That is nearly the 303 and also the 14 columns is that. Then next we are going to discussing about that I want to show the information of this particular data and I want to know this particular information of this particular data. So okay, just run this and you can see this particular information of this particular data. When you are going to use the .info function, that will be help to display the information of this particular data. So what all the information is available here? Columns and non-null values and d types. Okay, non-null values and also the d type. So this is actually that what exactly in that, in the sense this is called that what should I say, age and also the sex, thrust, ppc, cholesterol, fbs and also the thalage. This is also the medical details. So I will show the details of this particular example, then only you can understand easily about this. Okay, so I'm going to open this particular description of the column. Okay, so what are the description here? Totally 303 entries is available here. Okay, the first one column is actually what is that? Age. Second one, sex. It displays the gender by using 0 and also the 1. So 0 is actually female, 1 is actually male. Then third column is actually chest pain type. Okay, chest pain type, that is actually that CP type, like that they have mentioned. So CP type, so that is the columns names of this one, that is called the CP. The third column is actually that CP. This particular CP displays the chest pain experienced by the individual by using the following formats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 types will be there. So here first one is actually typical angina, and the second one is actually atypical angina, and third one is actually the non-anginal pain, and fourth one is actually asymptotic, like that. This is actually that medical terms. Okay, these are medical terms and also the types of the chest pain. Okay, types of the chest pain. Do you understand what I'm saying? Next, I'm explaining about the column name because of this is completely medical name. We don't understand sometimes. So for that only. The fourth column is actually that thrust PPS. So that is called resting blood pressure. So here you can mention it's actually thrush. Okay, thrust blood PS. So this is the column's name. That meaning is actually the resting. It displays the resting blood pressure value of an individual in the range. Okay, certain range. Based on the range, whether a person is affected or not, like that. So fifth column is actually cholesterol. Okay, so CHOL, that is the column name. So this is actually that serum cholesterol. So it displays the serum cholesterol range. That is also the value, continuous value. Then sixth one is actually FPS, that is fasting blood sugar, FBS, fasting blood sugar. So this is actually in the before food blood sugar range. So based on this particular range, it can be possible to happen whether the person is affected or not. And after that, rest ECG. So that is the columns names is actually that rest ECG. That's it. Rest ECG. Okay. right? So here the ECG normal 0, 1, 2, this is a category. So 0, 1, 2. So here 0 is normal, 1 is actually having SD wave abnormality, and 2 left ventricular hypertherapy, like that. And next, Talash. So Talash is the name of this one. So what is the meaning of this? Talash is actually maximum heart rate achieved range. It displays the maximum heart rate achieved by the individual. This is also the continuous value. It is not a categorical value. So based on the value, whether a person is affected or not. This kind of the data feature will help to find the person is affected or not. And next, exchange. Next, we can call it as exchange. Okay, this is the name. So here are two types, 1 or 0. Okay, the angina has done or not, like that. Okay, then old peak. Okay, so here we have the like that slope and old peak. Here we can call it as the old peak. So old peak will help to displace the values is an integer or float. This is called the ST depression induction by the exercise relative to the rest. Okay, relative to the X. That is the medical terms to understanding this one. And fourth one, peak. Next 11th one is actually like the peak exercise STC. This is actually like the slope is a category. Okay, it's that actually like that categories we can consider. And okay, slope. Then next column is actually like that CA. So this is actually displays the values and integer. Number of major vessels colored by the fluoroscopy. That is actually the one kind of the test for the heart disease affected patients. Then Talash, then finally target. So this is actually like the target. The output will be like the present or not present, like that. So here is actually target is the output. So this is the explanation about this one. That's the diagnosing of the heart disease. It displays the whether 0 heart disease achieved or not. 0 is actually absent. Remaining value will be the present. Okay. So based on this particular data features only, it can be possible to decide whether a person is affected or not. Now I hope you guys are clear about it. Okay. Now you guys are very clear on this particular data set, I thought. Okay, very clear on this particular data set, I thought. I will be open this particular data, then only you guys are knows about it. Try to understand, we need to know. So for this, I'm going to like that use the target to display the count of value count. So these particular function will help to display the output 0 or 1. So 0 is actually not affected, 1 is actually that affected. Okay, 0 is not affected, 1 is actually that affected. So target count is actually like that, for an example, affected patients is actually very high than not affected patients. Correct? After that, I want to display the how many the male and also the female in this particular category. So for this, I'm going to like that use this the same methodology to replace the columns name only. So here the gender is actually like the gender, and you can see that output of this particular gender, maybe that I made a mistake of this particular, sorry, sex. Okay, so here I have to mention that to display the count of male and also the female, that is actually like that 6. This is called like exploring your data without a visualization. Here you can see this one, 96 female and 207 is actually like that what male count. Okay, male count. So after that, I want to like displace the several things. For an example, cholesterol range, and this all of the things is available. But now I will be like move to telling the procedure. Okay, this is not completely into the data analytics process. So for that, I should entering pre-processing methods. So what is the pre-processing method here we need to done? Okay, here we need to do. That is the most important question, right? So data collection done, loading done, and exploring done. So right now we need to check the null values of this particular column. So null values of this particular target is actually is null of dot sum of this particular function will help to displace the count of the null value of this particular data. So you can see this one, each and every columns is going to be displays the count of null values. It will be written 0. So what is the meaning of this one? It displays actually that 0, correct? So when I'm going to use this particular is null dot sum of will help to displace the count of the null value of each and every column. Try to understand, it will be help to find whether your data is actually cleaned or not. That is actually the question. Okay, that is actually the question, correct? So for that you have to ensuring it this particular data is actually very clean. Is actually very clean. This is the insurance of this particular data. The data set is actually very clean. No need to pre-processing this one because of the data is actually very clean. Now what is the next procedure? What is the next procedure? If the data set is actually not cleaned, what is the procedure we need to do? One is the dropana, another one is the falna method. But here no need to use that particular two different methodology to make the cleaned data. Make the cleaned data. So that is why I'm saying. That is why I'm saying no need to fill because of we have only the two different methodology. One is actually dropping method, another one is a imputation method. So when I'm going to based on the count of this particular null values, that time you have to decide that particular things. Okay, so if the null value count is very high, if the null values count is actually very high, that time you can choose the Falna method. If the null values count is very less, that time you can choose the dropana method to drop the value. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. I hope you guys are understood about this. So after pre-processing has done means next we are going to entering to creating the training data and also the testing data. So before that we should split the data for testing and also this training. So for the splitting the data for splitting the splitting the data. Somewhat it is related to the data science and data analytics and also the machine learning technology. Okay, right now I need to split this particular data. So already you guys knows the columns of this particular data, correct? So hot data dot what should I say, columns. So I want to displace the columns for more helpful for using this columns name right now. So here you can see this one. What is the input data? So till now without target it is the input data, only target that is the output data. So for this hot data dot drop burner, so here I am going to creating the two different variable. One is actually x, another one is the y. Why? Because we need to split the input data and also the output data. So input we are going to store to the x, output we are going to store to the y. So already we know this particular concept that is actually that we have the inputs and we have the output as well. So I am going to store the input to the x. How we can store? So we need to remove only one column, that is target. So how we can remove? Just hot data dot drop off. That time you can pass this a columns parameter is equal to, here you can specify the columns name, that is called the target. Okay, that is called the target. Then you have to choose the another parameter, that is actually axis 1 because of it is a column accessing. After that hot data, okay, hot data of only the target, correct? So what is the meaning of this one? Independent data and dependent data. Once I done this to preparing this particular training data and also the testing data, you can see this particular data right now. Sex data, that's column without target, that age, sex, CP, remaining value is actually like another input, and after that only target, that is actually output. So we have the input in a x, we have the output in a y, right? Yes. Right now I'm going to preparing the training data and also the testing data. How can I prepare the training data and also the testing data? We need to import the one particular function. We need to import the one particular function to creating the training data and also the testing data from sklearn dot preprocessing, then model selection, then import train test and split is the function which is help to creating the training data and also the testing data. For this you have to creating the variables like another xtrain, xtest, ytrain and ytest. So what is the procedure of this one? What is the procedure? So we are going to storing the xtrain, ytrain data, xtest, ytest data. This is the variable. So for this particular variable, you can call the train, test and split is the function. You can pass the 4 different parameter. First one input, second one output and third one test size. So this particular parameter will help to like another decide the training data percentage and also the testing data percentage. Training data percentage is 80%, testing data percentage is 20%. We are going to split 80% and also the 20%. 80% for training, 20% for evaluation process. We split with the help of the 0.2. 0.2 means 20%. Correct? So remaining will be the 80%. So this particular testing size should be 0.1, 0.2 and 0.3. After that, that is not a better idea. That is not a better idea to splitting the data like that. Correct? After that, I have to like that pass this that random state is equal to, here you can choose the random state value that is actually like 42 or 0. So here mostly I'm using the 0 or 42, this particular 0 and also the 42 is actually more helpful to giving the good accuracy. Why? Because of this random state will help to define to splitting the percentage perfectly. Okay. So in every time the same splitting will become, okay. Every time the same splitting will become, then only the accuracy will be like that same. Right now, xtrain, the shape, ytrain, train dot shape. Right now we can see this one, xtrain and also the ytrain. So this is actually 242. Then and xtest dot shape, ytest dot shape is actually like that you can see this one. This is the 80%. This is the 20%. This is for train testing. This is for train. Once you creating this one, what is the next procedure? Based on your target or based on your problem statement. So what is the problem statement of this one? Hot disease prediction. Of course, it is a classification problem. So classification problem means here we having like that we can use the 3 different or 4 different algorithm. One is actually a binary classification problem. So for that time we can use the logistic regression. And another one is actually what is that? Random forest. So random forest is actually like conditional based, but this is very helpful to like giving this particular idea. So we can find the best model for our particular target using the different kind of the algorithm. Correct? So hard disease in the sense we have to import that particular algorithm. First one logistic regression, how it will be give the accuracy, that we can check it. So from sklearn dot linear model, then import logistic regression. Okay. Right now I'm going to run this one, the logistic regression. Right. So how we can creating the model, that is called the for the class we are going to creating the object. So model for LR. So this is the first model. So logistic regression is the one of the algorithm. So this is called the model creation. Try to understand. This is called the model creation. Model creation has done. So I want to use this logistic regression for the better that accuracy score. Why? Because of the logistic regression giving the solution for the binary classification problem. So once I am going to creating this one, what is the next procedure? Training a model. So model LR dot fit of here you can pass the X train, Y train. What is the meaning of this one? Training data we are going to train. With the help of the training data only we can train the model. With the help of the training data only we can train your model. So once it is going to be done, this is a notification of model has trained. This is a notification of model has trained. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, do you understand what I'm saying, guys? Understood what I'm saying? If you understood means please mention in the chat box. Please mention in the chat box yes, Philip. So still now I hope you guys are understood about this. Next we are going to entering the evaluation process. Still now understood and clear means please mention in the chat box clear, Philip. It's called the evaluation. Okay. So if it is giving the good accuracy, we can stop. If it is not giving the good accuracy, we can find the best model for our particular target. Correct. So we can use the different algorithm. Right now evaluation process from sklearn. We need accuracy score function for calculating the accuracy. sklearn dot metrics, then import accuracy score is the function to calculating the accuracy score. Here we need a two different parameter arguments. So you can see accuracy score is expecting the two different parameter, that is predicted output, actual output. Already you guys have knows the actual output. What is the actual output? That is Y test. But we need to calculate the predicted output. Because of this particular function, we need predicted output, we need actual output. Already we have the actual output, that is actually Y test, correct? No? So now we are going to calculating the predicted output of LR. So predicted output of LR is equal to, we are going to calculating this. So we have already trained, so we can call the trained model, then dot predict is the function. So here you can pass the testing input. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for this particular testing input only we can calculate the predicted output of the LR. Understood? Understood, guys? So once I'm going to done this one, predicted output LR has calculated. So now we are going to calculating the score. So here you can accuracy score score of, here you can pass the predicted. So the same thing, predicted output of LR. And so what is the actual output? That is Y test. Already you guys knows about it, correct? Y test. Now we are going to comparing the both outputs. Okay, now we are going to comparing the both the outputs. Then you can see the score of this particular model, that will be written nearly 88%. Okay, 88% means what? So nearly 88% in this, definitely it will be a good model. Why? Because of the 75 above percentage is a good model. Correct? So already we discussed about this particular for the model evaluation is nearly 75 above means that will be a good model. Try to understand, that will be a good model. Below 75 is not a good model. Why? Because of the percentage is actually very less when comparatively other model. So here the logistic regression gave is actually 88%. Gave is actually 88%. Definitely that will be a good model. That is my opinion. But it is not like it that much more giving the good accuracy in the sense. We can try the other model as well. How we can try the other model? So I can choose the random forest algorithm. So for this particular random forest, okay. So random forest, we should import that particular algorithm. How we can import that particular algorithm? From the sklearn, correct? So from sklearn dot ensemble is the module, then import random forest, correct? So random forest. So that is the algorithm. Today I'm going to use it, and we are going to compare the accuracy score of logistic regression and also the random forest classifier. So now I'm going to importing that particular random forest classifier. So for this we have to creating the model. How we can creating the model? Model dot random forest. Then you have to store that particular algorithm to this particular object. So we imported this particular function, correct? So just copy that particular function and to store this particular object, that is the model creation. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you guys are understanding about this particular model creation again. So once it has done, after that we need to train the model with the help of the training data. Already I discussed with you this, because of you guys knows about it this very well, because of I don't want to spending the more time on this particular process, because of you guys know. So dot fit function will help to training your model with the help of the training data. So what are the training data here? X train and also the Y train. Now we need to calculate the accuracy score of the random forest. Based on the accuracy score only we can find the best model for our particular target, of course. That is the procedure. We don't have any specific options. We have the options like to comparing the accuracy score. Correct? So for this, I'm going to deciding to calculating the accuracy score. So for that score, predicted output we need to calculate, because we are going to calculating the accuracy score. So predicted output of random forest, correct? So random forest. So for this, call the trained model, that is actually RF. Yes, of course this is the RF. Then after that you have to pass the testing input, that is nothing but the X test. Once you calculated this particular predicted output of a random forest classifier, okay, so just try to understand. Yes, I made a mistake of this one, right? So just run it and run it one more time. Sorry, dot predict, I missed it here. So for that predict, so you can pass that particular the X test, definitely it will be giving the different value, correct? So once you calculated this particular predicted output of random forest, what is the next procedure? Just score of random forest is equal to, you have to call that particular function that we can call it as the accuracy score, and of predicted output of random forest you have to pass it, and after that you can pass the actual output. We are going to comparing the actual output and also the predicted output right now. Now we are going to check the random forest value. Now you can see this one. What is the output of this one? Of course it will be giving the 81%. Which one is best right now? Which one is best? Guys, which one is best? Which one is best? Can you give the reply of, because of you guys are watching, I hope. So please give the reply, random forest or logistic regression. Random forest or logistic regression. Of course, the random forest is a very less accuracy when comparatively the logistic regression. So for that we are going to deciding this particular logistic regression with comparatively two different models. But I will be try the another model as well, that is a support vector. Okay, so why? Because of I'm going to choose the support vector means the support vector algorithm most probably will help for the healthcare problem solutions. Okay, right now I'm going to choose the support vector. So what will be C? Okay, support vector machine. So we'll see it from sklearn dot svc, then import svm. Okay, okay, then fine. Sometimes maybe that I made a mistake it here for dot svm, then import s v and c. I thought this is actually like another good, or yeah, just a minute, I made a mistake I thought. So we'll see that. So I tried support vector as well before, so maybe that. Okay, any mistake, anyone find it this one in the sense, please give the reply in chat box, guys. Please give the replies in chat box. I imported correctly. Okay, fine, we'll see. Maybe I made this. We'll try that. So the network is actually very slow, so for that maybe it's taking the time. Right now we can see this one. I imported very correctly, I thought. We'll see. So this is the way to they're creating a model, guys. Yeah, it is correct. From sklearn.svm, then import svc. So this is called the support vector classifier. Right now I'm going to creating the model. So model dot sv, support vector machine, is equal to, here you can pass this one svc, then okay, I'm going to run it. So maybe that saving is actually filed, right? It's okay. Right now you can see this one's SVC. So here is actually that linear and also the non-linear. So here right now I'm going to training a model. So model dot svm. Yeah. I mean, actually I tried and I correcting it actually from fit and pass the training data. Then calculate the accuracy. So predicted output of the SVM is equal to model SVM dot predict of passing the X test as well. Then enter, then accuracy score of here you can pass this predicted output. Just a minute. Yes, okay. Right, so after the next procedure is actually the predictive system of this particular model. So predictive system means what? When you are going to passing the new data to the trained model, that will be giving the good accuracy. That will be giving the good accuracy as well. So for an example, I will give that things. Okay, so for that I'm going to use this particular methodology to predict the system. Yeah. So now you can see this one input data. This is actually completely new data. Okay, completely new data. How many inputs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So totally 14 entries. 13 is the input, only 1 is the output. So this is the input. After that, this particular input we are going to convert into the array. So with the help of the dot as array function will help to convert into this particular inputs. Okay. So the variable name is actually input as an numpy array. Right. After that, converting this particular input as an array. So we need to convert into this particular input as a reshaping of the one dimensional. Okay, one dimensional. Here you can pass this random forest model dot lr. Okay, because of lr is the best model, correct? No, lr is the best model. Then after that, reshaped, after that prediction. So model dot predict of, you are going to pass this particular reshaped data for the prediction. If the prediction is equal to 0, that is the person doesn't have the hot disease. If the prediction having 1, that is actually like what? What? The person has a disease. Once I'm going to run this and you can see the output of this one, definitely it will be giving the result. The person doesn't have the hot disease. You can also confirm it with the help of the data entries value to feed this one. Definitely it will be giving the replace. Definitely it will be giving the replace. Correct? Right now. So this is about this particular predictive system of this particular the trained model. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand, guys? Yes, this is all about this particular machine learning project creation, guys. I hope you guys are really understanding about this particular concept. Okay. So I hope you guys are really understanding about this particular concept. You guys are also have to try it by yourself for the different target. Definitely you will be getting the ideas about this particular machine learning model creation and also the training and also the evaluation process. All clear, I thought. And the most important request, okay, in our website, some of the people only giving the stars. Some of the people only giving the stars. So stars also needed and mandatory, but some of the work you guys are also like the faculty is getting the review from the students, correct? So that time we are expecting this some of the experience from the students. That is most important to enhancing yourself to taking the sessions and handling the session, correct? No. So please give your valuable review through this particular link. That is the most important thing. Because of yesterday also I watched several things and some of the people only giving the stars. That is also not much needed. I am expecting the good experience that you have to share in reviews. That is the most important thing. Correct? That is a very valuable on this. Okay, right? Thank you so much. If you have any queries, you can ask me right now. If you have any queries, you can ask me right now, guys. Any queries from you guys? Yeah, thank you all. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next session tomorrow. Thank you so much.